Man running, and it's over his
Look at that guy over there.
Head.
Look at
Graham was there, but it was over his head.
22 is wide open. There's nobody around him.
That would have been Drew Johnson on the other side of your screen. Let's look at that. You are right.
There's nobody.
There's nobody within 10 yards of him. That is a rare miss by Connor Ashby.
Yeah, he predetermined that who he was going to on that one, which isn't a bad choice, that big kid.
Well, they've been wanting to get Trent Graham going again on the deep ball, and he's caught a couple of nice ones tonight, including a touchdown. Johnson in motion. Grigualo gets the ball. Adam Grigualo, and a nice game by Grigualo. Third and about 5 or 6 coming up.
We're certainly not going to punt here.
Ashby, 13 for 18, 282 yards. Oh yeah, and a touchdown. Dean Marini in our truck just asked the last time we saw a game where 2 quarterbacks threw for 300 yards. I don't know that I've ever been there. Listen to this Lake crowd too. Ashby, Johnson, Drew, first down for the Vikes.
What an effort on that number 22 spot. That was a great effort. He knew where the yard marker was, and he was going to get that first down. Watch this play. Here, he knows what he has to get to. Look at that effort. That was a great effort.
Ashby to 289 now through the air. He threw for 333 yards last week. Can he make it back-to-back weeks of 300?
I don't know if that's a legal formation.
In key games.
That's a run, okay.
Here's Grigualo, though. Grigualo bouncing off of tacklers. Adam Grigualo.
How much?
Just a bit over 3 minutes left. How about this run? Grigualo putting together a nice night now, too.
He's dragging people.
He's nearing 100 yards at 96 to be exact. And guess what? He has 3 scores. The player of the game, that's going to be a heck of a chore. Johnson in motion. First down for Hoover. Grigualo. Inside the 20. Clock under 3 minutes.
We should probably give about 3 or 4 player of the because there's some young men who are very deserving.
I could think about like 6 guys who deserve it right now. It's going to be quite a chore after the game. Second down and about 8. Hoover inside the 20. Here's Grigualo. Grigualo running hard. Picks up the first down to the 10-yard line. That puts him over the century mark. 107 yards now. And 3 touchdowns. Just a bit over 2 minutes left. Both teams with all 3 timeouts.
I think he gets a little help from his offensive lineman there, push him from the back.
First and goal, ball at the 10. Grigualo behind Ashby. That's Grigualo. Grigualo close to the goal line.
If you're Lake, do you let him score here?
Well,
so you get the ball back?
Coach DeGeorge just took a timeout with $1:40 left. We'll take a timeout. There's 1:40 left here at Lake. And please do not go anywhere because this is a long way to go, folks. Stay with us.
Welcome to Friends and Family Credit Union, where we believe every member is a friend of the family.
Hi, I'm Nick Langenfeld, President and CEO of Friends and Family Credit Union. Friends and Family Credit Union provides loans, savings, checking, and other financial services to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Stark County. We provide financial needs in the most reasonable and cost-effective way. What are you waiting for? Stop in one of our locations today to become a friend of the family.
At AltCare, you matter.
When we answer your call or meet with you in person, you are the top priority.
We work with your physician, pharmacy, and over 7,300 other providers. We want to be your trusted resource.
We invest in collaboration, our youth, and our community, which we continue to serve with gratitude.
Commitment and community were the reasons we started over 30 years ago.
And why we are still here today.
AltCare, where you matter.
And we return back into what has been a thrilling game tonight at Blue Streak Stadium, with Lake leading Hoover 35-31, but Hoover trying to go in for a go-ahead score here with under 2 minutes left in the game. Adam Grigualo already has 3 touchdowns tonight. Will he get number 4 here from 2 yards away? Gets the ball, stopped at the goal line, but reaches for a second effort, but he's down at the 1. And Dan DeGeorge takes another timeout. Vehemently coming onto the field is the head coach of the Streaks.
Where's the ball? On the 1.
Reminder, after the game, we do have to give an Altman Health Foundation player of the game. And I have no idea who it is right now, because even if Hoover scores here, there's still enough time for Lake to go down and score again as well. That's the way this game has been.
It has been. Yes, it has. They're on the 1. It's 3rd and 1. Boy, Hoover has to go to that power eye of theirs, don't they?
They've had success with it tonight.
They got that big boy in there. Yeah.
Columber and Maley, as well as Grigualo in there. Maley is the deep back in this package. Ashby under center. Handoff. Still no signal. Still no signal. Grigualo carried it, and he's down at the inch line. And it's 4th and goal at the 1 now. Lake takes their final timeout. How he didn't get in here. Just no push. Lake stood tall. Do you get the ball on the outside here?
Run it off tackle. You don't want to go completely outside.
Noah, quickly, I know you have a stat on the sideline. Make it quick.
I told you guys earlier that Lake had success on 4th down when they go for it. Opponents have success against Lake on 4th down, 6 for 11 this season.
Noah, a man of many numbers tonight when it comes to 4th down plays.
Wow.
Oh, this could be your ball game right here.
This is the ball game.
4th and goal at the 1 for Hoover. A touchdown and they take the lead. Ashby under center. QB Key. Second effort. And still no signal. He got there. A 1-yard touchdown run by Connor Ashby with 1:16 left. The 6th different lead change in this half. Nominee for our rock solid play of the game, brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. What a game. It was on the second effort too, Elmer.
Yeah. And it helps when those big guys behind him pushed him in.
And now this is a key extra point.
Yeah.
Volas out of the hold of Bircher. Kick is up, and the kick
is good.
It is.
All right, there's 1:16. Lake does not have any timeouts left, do they?
Hoover has all 3. Lake has none.
None.
What a game.
Good game. Very good game.
Another 80-yard drive summary, Elmer.
Okay, number of plays was 12. Total yards was 80. And it was all ended with a 1-yard quarterback sneak from the 2-inch line by Ashby. The extra point was good. And we have a minute 16 left to go in this game. And can Lake do something to get back in this game?
We will certainly see here.
Could they kick the field goal, tie it up, and go into overtime?
We have had 6 different lead changes in this half alone. Lake never led in the first half. Hoover once led 14-0 early in the game. Volis puts a full boot into it. And here comes Bryce Snow, or rather Garrow, on the return. And Garrow close to his own 30.
All right.
Is 1:11 enough time for the junior and Jake Eccles, who has had a career night?
Now, how does Hoover play it? Do they play it soft, or do they play it aggressive?
Well, if you play soft, you give up the chance of allowing Lake to get into field goal position maybe, or even get a chance to win. It all rests on the arm of Jake Eccles, though, the junior. Eccles with pressure coming, throws wide of his intended target in Bryce Snow. Both these teams enter on 2-game losing streaks. Hoover 7th in Region 5 in Division 2, or rather Lake 7th in Division 5 region, or Division 2 Region 5, and then Hoover is 10th in the same region. So big game for the playoffs and implications and all. 2nd and 10, Eccles, again pressure, steps up, has to get rid of it, now runs, goes out of bounds. And how about that for a show of sportsmanship? Brian Baum, the head coach from Hoover, keeps him from falling on that sideline. He was almost sacked. Drew Logan, the sophomore linebacker, almost had him. 3rd down for Lake. 1 minute even left. Eccles.
Right there.
Middle. It's caught. Running with the ball is Lake into Hoover territory. Oh my. Jared Perko rips it away from Brad Smith, the corner. Under a minute left. Down to the Hoover 43. Eccles again. Pass. Did Perko hang on? He was out of bounds. Eccles is over 300 yards now tonight. .40 seconds left. Remember, a field goal ties the game. So there is that to work with in the back pocket of Lake. Abdul, though, the kicker, just 2 for 5 on field goals this year. Eccles, 307 yards. Back to throw. Goes deep. Ball up for grabs and over the head of Snow.
It's 3rd down and 10.
This is what Federal League football and Stark County football are all about. And in our 75th year of high school football coverage, what more could you possibly ask for on a Friday night here at Blue Streak Stadium in Hartville? 3rd and 10 for Lake, the 43 of Hoover. Eccles throws over the head of Phillips, and a 4th down coming up. And here's your ball game. That Hoover sideline jumping for joy, trying to get all of those fans from North Canton behind the orange and black that are known as the Vikes. And the junior, Jake Eccles. It rests on his arm here. On the Hoover 43, 4th down. Pressure coming. Eccles steps up, throws, intercepted. Here comes Hoover with the ball. Zach Evans seals the game for the Vikings. The junior corner with his second interception of the year. And Hoover comes on the road and gets a huge Federal League win. Correction on that, actually Zach Young on the interception. 16, not 11. Still a junior, though.
Play the game out here. Play the game out. Play the game out. Just let play the game out. Play the game out.
21 seconds remaining. And Hoover is about to go into the sweetest formation that they have gone into in 3 weeks. 2 straight losses, a heartbreaking loss last week to Perry. Offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct penalties that really mean nothing. But Hoover's going to come on the road and get the job done. And they're going to keep their playoff hopes alive as well. One more snap. Ashby kneels on it. And the Vikings of North Canton Hoover have completed a signature win in the 2019 football season by coming on the road and defeating Lake in a ball game for the ages. Final score, Hoover 38, Lake 35. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll have an interview with head coach Brian Baum. We'll give you the final stats, give you the player of the game, and so much more. Stay with us.
Skeppers likes to keep an eye on her neighborhood, like MCTV watches out for our neighbors to make sure everything runs smoothly for our customers. From our technicians in the field to our engineering experts behind the scenes, we use top technology to keep your internet, TV, and phone connected. Plus, expert local technical support and friendly people to greet you. Everything in the neighborhood, the way it should be. MCTV, we go the extra mile.
Community, politics, world news, and more. Find it all on The Gary Rivers Show, 10 a.m. till noon, weekdays on News Talk 1480, WHBC, and online at WHBC.com.
1, ladies and gentlemen, 2. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I feel this is going to be a big day.
Life were only like this.
Wouldn't want to miss this.
Looking forward to it.
What's this all about?
This is very exciting.
So cool.
Beautiful.
Great.
Mind if I have a look? I'm delighted to be here.
Amen.
I am.
Oh, very groovy, very groovy.
Let's have some fun today.
I like it a lot.
That's all there is to it.
I've heard a lot about you.
I've heard a lot about you, too.
1480 WHBC presents the High School Football TV Game of the Week. The Alt-Care TV Game of the Week is brought to you by Alt-Care, Altman Health Foundation, CSE Federal Credit Union, MCTV, Northern Ohio Honda Dealers, Old Carolina Barbecue, SARTA, and Friends and Family Credit Union, and can be seen locally on This TV Canton.
Well, we hope you kept up tonight as we tried to do our best as the Hoover Vikings come on the road to Lake and get a key Federal League win. Lake drops their third in a row, but Hoover gets off of the losing schneid with a 38-35 win. And after the game, our own Noah Hiles had a chance to talk to the fifth-year head coach of the Vikings, the winning head coach in Brian Baum. Take it away, Noah.
Coach, you guys battled back from fourth all night long. You come out, you end the winning streak. Talk about what this victory means for your team.
It was big for us to get that out there. We lost a couple games there, heartbreakers. It's nice to win a close one like that, a Federal League fight. That's exactly what that was there, 4 quarters Federal League fighting, and to get that win, it's big for our young guys to stepping up, especially on our D. We had a rough second half of defense, but they made plays when they needed to.
Another guy who made plays when you needed to was your quarterback. Once again, week in and week out, he seems to do this. How does he do it?
He's that good. He really is a good quarterback, and he sees things that a lot of people don't see. And he impressed me each week, and I'm glad he's on our side.
Schedule does not get any easier moving forward now. What do you take away from this win moving forward?
A win. We needed to get that win. I hate to say it, sound condescending, but we needed that win, get momentum going. We know it gets tougher. Each week for our schedule is tough, and we know we just got to go out there and play our best football for 4 quarters, and we're going to aim to have a great week of practice again and earn another victory.
Coach, your team has a winning record again. Go celebrate with them. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That, of course, our very own Noah Hiles, along with the fifth-year head coach in Brian Baum, who improves to 22-25 as a head skipper at North Canton Hoover. And we take a look now at the stats. And Elmer, they were interesting at the half. They're even better now after the game.
The final stats was for Hoover, 140 yards rushing. For Lake, 101. Passing, Hoover 289. Lake 307. First downs, Hoover 19. Lake 22. Total yards, 429 for Hoover and 408 for Lake. And Lake had 2 turnovers and Hoover had 1. For individual statistics for Lake, the home team, Jacob Eccles, an unbelievable performance. He was 23 for 35 for 307 yards, 3 TDs, but 2 interceptions. Vincent Gregorio had 14 rushes and 62 yards and 1 TD, and that's in the second half only. And Carson Miller had 7 catches for 119 yards. For Hoover, Connor Ashby was 14 for 19 for 289 yards, 1 TD, and no interceptions. Adam Gregorio had 28 rushes, 116 yards, and most important, 3 touchdowns. Connor Ashby had 10 rushes for 24 and 1 TD. The leading receiver for Hoover was Drew Johnson, 6 catches, 91 yards. But I have to mention this young man, Trent Graham. He had 2 catches for 68 yards, not a bad average.
And he was hurt to start the year, of course, and has really kind of brought himself together here late in the year. And because of one of his great catches, Elmer, the one that we're about to see, our rock-solid play of the game brought to you by Friends and Family Credit Union. It has to go to this catch and throw from Ashby to Graham.
This is just a great catch over the outside shoulder. Stays in bounds. He's a good receiver.
They have a couple of good receivers. Between him and Henny and Fucci. And
the quarterback's not too bad either.
No, they have a handful of them that are pretty good. And speaking of that quarterback, well, he is our Altman Health Foundation player of the game, Connor Ashby. 19 attempts tonight, 14 completions, 289 yards, the 1 touchdown pass to Trent Graham, and he also had 10 rushes for 24 yards, and the go-ahead touchdown run that you see right there that put the Vikes up with a minute 16 left in the game. So Flair for the dramatics tonight for both of these teams, and ultimately Hoover comes on the road and gets a key win. Our Altman Health Foundation player of the game, Connor Ashby, the quarterback for the Hoover Vikings. Well, that's going to do it for us here. We'll be back with you again right here next week as Perry will play the Lake Blue Streaks next week. I know Perry beat Green tonight, and Lake, well, they're on a 3-game losing streak, so they're looking for a win and looking to gain some playoff position, and we'll look forward to bringing it to you next week. For Elmer Sheets, for Bob Jeffries, for Noah Hiles, for the Image Video crew, and everybody in the truck, I'm John Bazika signing off for the final time tonight from Lake. Final look at the Old Carolina Barbecue Company scoreboard. Final score, Hoover 38 and Lake 35. Have a great night, and we'll see you next week.